Tobias Ashford sat at gate 47. Boarding delayed. Again. Seattle to Denver. Business trip. He didn't want to go. Phone buzzed. Text from his sister. You need this. Evangeline wouldn't want you like this. Evangeline. His wife. Dead 7 months. Cancer. For weeks. Gone. Tobias stared at nothing. Around him, families laughed. Couples held hands. Kids played. He was alone. Then he heard running. Fast. Desperate. 3 little girls appeared. Stopped right in front of him. Identical. 8 years old. Dark curls pulled back. Matching green jackets. Triplets. Please. The first one gasped. We need help. Tobias looked up. What? Pretend you're our father. Just until we get through security. What are you talking about? There's a woman. The second girl said urgently. She's hunting us. If she catches us alone, she'll separate us. Who's hunting you? Please. The third begged. She's coming. Just say we're yours. Tobias should walk away. Call security. But something in their eyes stopped him. Pure terror. Sit down. All 3. Don't talk. The girls dropped into seats around him. Seconds later, woman appeared. Gray suit. Sharp eyes. Official badge. She scanned the area. Locked onto their group. Started walking over. The girls pressed closer to Tobias. Stay calm, he whispered. The woman stopped in front of them. Excuse me. I'm looking for 3 children. Triplets. 8 years old. Dark hair. Green jackets. Before we continue, please tell us where in the world are you tuning in from? We love seeing how far our stories travel. Tobias kept his voice steady. Just me and my daughters. Why? 3 girls absconded from state custody this afternoon. I'm tracking them. Sounds serious, but these are mine. The woman studied them. Hard. Your daughters. Yes. All 3. Triplets. As you can see. Identification. Tobias pulled out his license and boarding pass. She examined both. Pulled out a tablet. Check something. Tobias Ashford. Age 36. Engineer. Flying to Denver for work. Correct. Children's names. Alara, Celeste, and Vivian. The names came from nowhere. Just appeared. And their mother? Tobias's throat tightened. Deceased. 7 months ago. The girl stayed frozen. The woman's expression flickered. Sympathy. Brief. I'm sorry for your loss. She handed back his documents. But I need to verify the children's identities. May I see their boarding passes? They don't have separate passes. They're minors. Under my ticket. Sir, that's not how. Flight 2847 to Denver, now boarding Group A. The announcement interrupted. That's us. Tobias stood. Girls. Let's go. The triplets jumped up. Sir, wait. Are you detaining us legally? Do you have authority? The woman hesitated. Then we're boarding. Have a good day. Tobias walked toward the gate agent. Behind him, the woman spoke into her phone. They're boarding. Gate 47. Flight 2847. Alert Denver. Tobias handed over his boarding pass. The agent scanned it. Frowned. Sir, you have 1 ticket, but 4 passengers. Family emergency. My wife died last week. Taking the girls to her funeral. We'll sort tickets at the other end. The agent looked at 3 small faces. Tear-stained. Scared. Her expression softened. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Speak to the flight attendant inside. Thank you. They walked down the jetway. Fast. Don't look back. Inside the plane, Tobias found his seat. 14C. The girl squeezed into 14B and 14D. Standing in the aisle. Flight attendant approached. Young. Professional. Sir, these children need seat assignments. I know. Emergency situation. Wife just passed. We're improvising. I'm sorry, but I can't allow. Please. Tobias lowered his voice. Just to Salt Lake. 1 hour. I'll figure it out there. She looked at 3 faces. Then at Tobias. 1 hour. That's it. Thank you. The plane filled. Doors closed. Engine started. Tobias exhaled. They'd made it. 30 minutes airborne. The girls still hadn't spoken. Tobias finally looked at them. Okay. Talk. Who are you? The tallest took a breath. I'm Alara. This is Celeste. And Vivian. We're 8. Celeste added. That woman back there? Miss Brightwell, Vivian said quietly. Child Protective Services. Why is CPS after you? Alara glanced at her sisters. Our parents died. 5 months ago. House fire. No other family. Celeste continued. So we're in foster care, Vivian finished. At Oak Ridge Home, Alara added. Together. Until this morning, Celeste said. They told us we're being split up. Vivian's voice cracked. 3 different families. 3 different states. Tomorrow we'd be gone, Alara said. We'd never see each other again. Celeste whispered. Tobias stared. So you ran? We had to, Alara said. We've never been apart, Celeste added. Not one day, Vivian finished. Tobias ran his hand over his face. You can't just run from a system. What else could we do? Alara asked. Where were you even going? Anywhere. We saw the airport. Thought we could hide. Then we saw you. Why me? You looked sad, Celeste said simply. Like us, Vivian added. Alone, Alara finished. Tobias felt something crack in his chest. How did you get to the airport? Bus. We saved money. $18. Bus was $6 each. You just walked into a terminal. We stayed outside, Alara explained. Watched through the windows. Saw you sitting alone, looking empty. Like we feel, Celeste added. So we came inside, Vivian finished. Asked for help. Tobias looked at 3 desperate faces. Made a decision that terrified him. Okay, when we land in Salt Lake, we get off. Not Denver. What? Alara asked. Flight has a layover. 1 hour. We get off early, before Miss Brightwell can catch up. And then, Celeste asked, then I figure out what to do with 3 runaways. All 3 stared. You're really helping us. Vivian breathed. For now. Don't make me regret it. 2 hours later, the plane descended. Salt Lake City appeared below. Mountains. Desert. Salvation. They deplaned fast. Through the terminal. Past security. Out to ground transportation. Tobias rented a car. Used cash he'd withdrawn at an ATM. Credit cards could be tracked. 20 minutes later, they were driving. Away from the airport. Away from Ms. Brightwell. Away from the system. Where are we going? Alara asked. Somewhere to think. He found a motel. Small. Cheap. Off the main road. Paid cash. Used a fake name. Got them inside. Locked the door. Okay. Rules. No one leaves. No one calls anyone. We stay invisible. For how long? Celeste asked. Until I figure this out. Tobias pulled out his phone. Googled custody interference laws. The results were bad. Federal crime. Kidnapping charges. Prison time. Mr. Ashford? Vivian's voice was small. Tobias. Call me Tobias. Why are you helping us? He looked at 3 faces. 7 months ago, my wife died. Cancer. For weeks from diagnosis to death. I didn't get to prepare. Didn't get to say goodbye. The girls listened quietly. Everyone told me move on. Get over it. Go back to work. But I couldn't. We understand, Alara said softly. When our parents died, part of us died too. Celeste added. Everyone expects you to be fine after a few months, Vivian finished. Exactly. You 3 get it. They sat in silence. Strangers connected by grief. So what now? Alara asked. Tobias took a breath. Now I call someone who might help. But you need to trust me. Who? A lawyer. Friend from law school. Cordelia Thorne. Family law specialist. Will she turn us in? Celeste asked nervously. She'll tell me if there's a legal path forward. Because running isn't sustainable. Tobias dialed. Cordelia answered immediately. Tobias, I haven't heard from you since the funeral. How are you? Complicated. I need advice. Off the record. Her tone shifted. What did you do? Hypothetically, if someone helped 3 foster kids escape separation, what are the legal consequences? Silence. Tobias, where are you? Salt Lake. With 3 runaway children? Yes. Jesus. That's custodial interference. Federal kidnapping. You could go to prison. They're siblings. Triplets. 8 years old. System was splitting them up. That happens. It's not ideal. They've already lost their parents. Now they lose each other. Cordelia sighed. I hear you, but you can't steal children. I didn't steal them. They asked for help. That's not a legal defense. Then give me one. Long pause. There might be a path. Long shot. Tell me. Emergency guardianship. You file. Present yourself and the girls as a unit. Judge sees you're committed. Might grant temporary custody pending evaluation. Might. 15% chance. Maybe less. Better than 0. Tobias, if this fails, you go to jail. Set it up. He hung up. The girl stared. What did she say? Alara asked. She said we're in trouble, but she'll try to help. What kind of trouble? Celeste asked. The kind where I could go to prison. All 3 went pale. We didn't mean. Vivian started. I know. This was my choice. Why risk so much? Alara asked. Because when Evangeline died, I was drowning, and nobody helped. Nobody saw. He looked at them. You 3 are drowning. I'm not walking away. Vivian started crying. Then Celeste. Then Alara. They rushed forward. Hugged him. Tobias froze. First hug since the funeral. Slowly, he hugged back. When they pulled away, all 3 had red eyes. Thank you, Alara whispered. For seeing us. Celeste added. For caring, Vivian finished. Tobias felt something shift in his chest. Something frozen beginning to thaw. Okay, we need to move. Ditch this motel. Find another. Stay ahead. They left. Walked 4 blocks. Found a different motel. Seedier. Cheaper. Cash only. 1 room. 2 beds. Home, Tobias muttered. It's perfect, Alara said. We've had worse, Celeste added. They ordered pizza. Delivery. Cash. Ate in silence. Then Vivian asked, Tell us about Evangeline. Tobias hadn't talked about her. Not since she died. What do you want to know? How did you meet? Alara asked. College. Engineering class. She sat next to me. Asked to borrow a pencil. We got married 3 years later. Did you have kids? Celeste asked. We wanted to. Tried for years. Didn't happen. We're sorry. All 3 said. It's okay. Evangeline said maybe we weren't meant to have biological kids. Maybe we'd help other kids someday. He looked at them. Maybe this is what she meant. That night, Tobias took 1 bed. The girls shared the other. He couldn't sleep. Stared at the ceiling. What was he doing? He'd committed federal crimes. Helped minors flee custody. But looking at 3 sleeping girls who'd lost everything, he couldn't regret it. Morning came fast. Phone rang. Cordelia. Tell me good news. Define good. You're wanted for custodial interference. Ms. Brightwell filed federal charges. Fantastic. But I talked to a judge. Judge Delacroix. Family court. She's sympathetic. How sympathetic? Enough to fast-track a hearing. If you surrender the girls and file for emergency guardianship, she'll hear it immediately. Immediately meaning? Tomorrow. Day after at latest. And meanwhile the girls go back. Silence. Together or separate, Cordelia? I don't know. Probably separate. Then no. Tobias. Find another way. There might be one. Huge long shot. Tell me. You and the girls present together. As a family unit. You file for emergency foster placement. Judge sees you're serious. Sees the girls want you. She might grant temporary custody pending evaluation. Might. 10% chance. Better than 0. Set it up. If this fails. It won't. He hung up. The girls were waking. What's happening? Alara asked. Court hearing. Tomorrow or next day. Judge decides if I can keep you. Keep us? Celeste asked. As your guardian. If you want that. All three stared. You want to be our guardian? Vivian whispered. I want to keep you together. If that means becoming your guardian, yes. But you don't know us, Alara said. I know enough. You're brave, loyal, smart. That's enough. The girls looked at each other. Silent conversation. Then nodded. We want to stay with you, Alara said. Even if it's temporary, Celeste added. Thank you, Vivian finished. Next day, Cordelia called. Hearing set. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Judge Delacroix presiding. What do I need to know? She's fair, but skeptical. You'll need to prove this is real. It is real. Then show her. That night, Tobias couldn't sleep again. Tomorrow decided everything. He thought about Evangeline. What she'd say. She'd call him crazy. She'd also say he was doing the right thing. Morning arrived cold. Tobias got the girls ready. Green jackets. Only clothes they had. We look like runaways, Alara said. You are runaways. Fair. They drove to the courthouse. Cordelia met them outside. Professional. Sharp. Ready. Ground rules. Let me talk. Answer questions honestly. Don't embellish. What if she asks why we ran? Celeste asked. Tell the truth. You were scared of separation. Inside, courtroom was small. Judge Delacroix sat behind the bench. 50s. Gray hair. Intelligent eyes. Ms. Brightwell was there. With 2 CPS representatives. And a prosecutor. State's attorney. Everyone sat. Judge reviewed papers. Looked up. This is preliminary hearing regarding Alara, Celeste, and Vivian Hayes. 3 minors who absconded from custody 6 days ago. She looked at Tobias. Mr. Ashford, you're accused of custodial interference. Federal kidnapping. How do you plead? Guilty, Your Honor. Cordelia winced. You understand that's a felony? Yes. Why did you do it? Because they asked for help, and I said yes. Elaborate. I was at an airport. Alone. Grieving. 3 girls appeared. Terrified. Running from separation. They asked me to pretend to be their father. Long enough to escape. He looked at the girls. I should have refused. Should have called authorities. But I saw myself in their eyes. Loss. Fear. Desperation. So you helped them flee? I helped them stay together. Judge looked at the girls. Come forward. Alara, Celeste, and Vivian approached. Why did you run? The judge asked. They were splitting us up. Alara said. We've never been apart. Celeste added. We're all we have. Vivian finished. The state was trying to place you in homes. 3 different homes, Alara said. 3 different states. We'd never see each other again, Celeste added. Judge looked at Ms. Brightwell. Is that accurate? Ms. Brightwell stood. Yes. Finding one placement for 3 children proved impossible. Did you try? For 5 months. So you decided to separate them? It was the only option. Judge's expression hardened. The only option? 3 orphan sisters lose their parents, and your solution is to ensure they lose each other? Resources are limited. I don't care about resources. These are children. She looked at Tobias. You filed for emergency guardianship. Why? Because they need to stay together. I can provide that. You're single. Widowed. No parenting experience. Why take on 3 traumatized children? Because someone should. Because they deserve to stay together. And because helping them makes me feel alive again. That's not a legal argument. No, but it's truth. Judge looked at the prosecutor. Your position. Your Honor, Mr. Ashford has no relationship with these children. He aided their flight from custody. He's emotionally unstable. We oppose guardianship. Noted. Judge looked at the girls. Do you want to stay with Mr. Ashford? Yes, all three said immediately. Even though you barely know him? He's the only one who tried to keep us together, Alara said. He sees us, Celeste added. He cares, Vivian finished. Long silence. Judge Delacroix leaned back. This is unprecedented. Tobias's heart sank. But sometimes justice requires bending procedure. She looked at Tobias. I'm granting temporary emergency guardianship. 90 days. Full evaluation. Home study. Weekly check-ins. If you fail, they're removed immediately. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Girls, this is temporary. A chance. Use it wisely. We will, they promised. Gavel came down. Adjourned. The girls screamed. Jumped. Hugged Tobias. He couldn't speak. Just held them. Outside, Cordelia smiled. Congratulations. Now the hard part starts. Ms. Brightwell approached. I opposed this, but I hope you prove me wrong. I will. They left together. For people. Given a chance. They drove north. Back to Seattle. 12 hours. Stopped for food. Gas. Bathrooms. Normal family things. When they pulled into Tobias's driveway, it was late. Small house. 2 bedrooms. 1 bathroom. It's not much, Tobias said. It's perfect, Alara said. Better than Oak Ridge, Celeste added. We'll make it work, Vivian finished. That night, he set them up in the guest room. 1 full bed. They'd share. Is this okay? We've always shared, Alara said. This is luxury, Celeste added. Morning came fast. Reality hit. School. Clothes. Routine. Tobias enrolled them at Ridgemont Elementary. 4th grade. Bought them new clothes. Backpacks. Supplies. First day was rough. Everyone will know we're different, Celeste worried. Different isn't bad, Tobias said. It feels bad. He knelt down. Give it time. You're new. You're triplets. You're interesting. That'll fade. Then you'll just be you. They came home quiet. Everyone stared, Alara said. Everyone asked questions, Celeste added. Everyone knew, Vivian finished. Tomorrow will be better. It wasn't. Not immediately. But slowly, over weeks, it improved. They made friends. Brought home artwork. Stories. Normal kid things. At home, routines formed. Dinner at 6. Homework at 7. Bedtime at 9. Tobias learned to cook. Barely. The girls helped. Set table. Wash dishes. We're a team. Became their motto. 6 weeks in, the social worker visited. Iris Callahan. Professional. Thorough. She interviewed the girls separately. Do you feel safe? She asked Alara. Very safe. Does Mr. Ashford treat you well? He treats us like family. Do you want to stay? More than anything. Same questions for Celeste. Vivian. Same answers. Iris finished her inspection. Sat with Tobias. Mr. Ashford, I'll be honest. This is unusual. Single man. Recent widower. 3 traumatized girls. His heart sank. But those girls are thriving. Happy. Bonded to you. And clearly you're committed. I am. I'm recommending continuation. With path toward permanent adoption. Thank you. Week 8 brought challenges. Tobias started struggling with grief again. Nightmares about Evangeline. Panic attacks. The girls noticed. Tobias. Alara found him one morning. Couldn't get out of bed. I'm okay. Just tired. You're not okay, Celeste said firmly. They called Iris. She arrived quickly. Tobias. You need to be honest with them. They're scared. I don't want them worried. They're already worried. He sat up. Looked at 3 terrified faces. You're right. I'm not okay. Some days the grief is overwhelming. My body shuts down. Are you going to give up on us? Vivian asked quietly. Never. I'm fighting this. For you 3. For us. What can we do? Alara asked. Be patient. Help when you can. Know that even on bad days, I love you. We love you too. All 3 said. From that day, they were a true team. On bad days, The girls helped. Lara cooked simple meals. Celeste handled laundry. Vivian managed schedules. Iris checked in daily. "Those girls are remarkable," she told Tobias. "They are. You're doing something right. We're doing it together." Month for brought good news. Tobias's grief counseling was working. Medication helping. Therapy sessions productive. "You're making real progress," his therapist said. "I have 3 reasons to keep going," Tobias replied. That night they celebrated. Pizza, ice cream, movie, normal family things. Tobias realized something. He was happy. Actually happy. First time since Evangeline died. Month 6 arrived fast. Final evaluation. Iris returned. With Ms. Brightwell and Judge Delacroix. They sat in Tobias's living room. "Mr. Ashford," Judge began, "we're here for final determination regarding Lara, Celeste, and Vivian Hayes." Tobias's heart pounded. "We've reviewed all reports, medical records, school performance, home inspections, interviews." She paused. "This is highly unusual. Single father, recent widower, 3 traumatized children. Most would say it's not ideal." His heart sank. "But," she continued, "sometimes ideal isn't what matters. Sometimes what matters is love, commitment, results." She looked at the girls. "You 3, are you happy here?" "Very happy," Lara said. "Do you want Mr. Ashford to be your permanent guardian?" "More than anything," Celeste replied, "even knowing he struggles sometimes." "He's getting better," Vivian said firmly. "And even if he wasn't, we'd still want him. He's ours." Judge smiled. "Mr. Ashford, your reports show significant improvement. Mental health stable. Home is stable. Girls are thriving. School reports excellent." She paused. "I'm granting permanent guardianship, effective immediately." The room exploded. The girls screamed, jumped, hugged Tobias, hugged each other. Tobias couldn't speak, just cried. Iris smiled. "Congratulations." Even Miss Brightwell looked pleased. "You proved me wrong, Mr. Ashford. I'm glad." Judge stood. "This family was built from unusual circumstances, but it's a family nonetheless. Cherish it." After everyone left, Tobias sat with his 3 daughters. His daughters. "Officially. We did it." Lara breathed. "We're really yours." Celeste asked. "Forever," Tobias confirmed. "No one can take us away." Vivian wanted to be sure. "No one. You're mine. I'm yours. We're a family." They sat together. Quiet. Content. Tobias thought about that day. 6 months ago. Airport terminal. 3 desperate girls. 1 whispered request. "Pretend you're our father." He pretended for an hour. Now it was real. Forever. 1 year after guardianship. Life had rhythm. The girls were 9. Thriving. Lara was the organizer. Lists. Plans. Structure. Celeste was the creative. Art. Music. Imagination. Vivian was the caretaker. Checking on Tobias. Making sure everyone was okay. Together, they balanced perfectly. "Dad, we want to talk," Lara said one evening. They'd started calling him Dad 3 months ago. "About what?" The 3 sat down. Serious faces. "About Mom. Your wife. Evangeline." Tobias's chest tightened. "What about her?" "We want to know about her," Celeste said. "If that's okay." "We don't want to replace her," Vivian added quickly. "But we want to know who she was." Tobias hadn't talked about Evangeline much. The pain had dulled, but it was still there. "What do you want to know?" "Everything," Lara said. So Tobias told them. About meeting Evangeline in college. How she made him laugh. About their wedding. Small. Intimate. Perfect. About her diagnosis. The fight. The loss. "She sounds wonderful," Celeste said when he finished. She was. "Do you think she'd approve of us?" Vivian asked quietly. Tobias pulled all 3 close. "I know she would. She always wanted children. We tried for years. It never happened. She would have loved you 3. Do you think she's watching?" Elara asked. I think she's happy we found each other. We think so too. Celeste smiled. That conversation opened something. Tobias started talking about Evangeline more. Not with pain. With memory. With love. The girls listened. Asked questions. Kept her memory alive. And Tobias realized he could love Evangeline's memory and love his daughters. Both were possible. 2 years post-guardianship, Tobias got a call. From Iris. Tobias, I have a situation. 3 siblings. Ages 6, 7, and 8. Parents died in a car accident. System wants to separate them. His heart stopped. And you're calling me because? Because you've been there. You know what it's like. Maybe you could talk to them. Give them hope. Tobias went to Oak Ridge home. Same place his girls had run from. Met 3 scared kids. 2 girls, 1 boy. I'm Tobias Ashford. He introduced himself. 2 years ago, 3 girls asked me to help them at an airport terminal. 1 hour turned into forever. The kids listened. Eyes wide. Are you saying we'll be okay? The oldest girl asked. I'm saying there's hope. There are people who will fight for you. You just have to be brave enough to ask for help. What if no one helps? The boy whispered. Then you keep asking. Don't give up. Because somewhere, someone is waiting to be your family. He left his number with Iris. If they need anything, call me. 2 weeks later, Iris called. They found a family. Couple in their 40s. Taking all 3. That's amazing. They asked about you. Wanted me to tell you thank you. For giving them hope. Tobias smiled. Tell them to pay it forward. 3 years post-guardianship. The girls turned 11. Middle school. New challenges. Hormones. Drama. Friendship issues. Tobias was overwhelmed. I don't understand girls, he complained to Cordelia. Nobody does, she laughed. You just love them through it. The girls started asking harder questions. About their biological parents. About the fire that killed them. About why they survived. Tobias didn't have all the answers. Life isn't fair, he said. Bad things happen to good people. But you 3 survived. You found each other. And me. That has to mean something. Like what? Elara asked. Like you're meant for something special. All 3 of you. We're just normal kids, Celeste said. Normal kids who survived the impossible. Who stayed together against all odds. That's not normal. That's extraordinary. Vivian hugged him. You're extraordinary too. I just got lucky. 3 girls chose me. We chose each other, Elara corrected. All 4 of us. For years post-guardianship, Tobias got unexpected news. Cordelia called. Tobias, remember Ms. Brightwell? From CPS. Of course. She's retiring. And she recommended you for the board. What board? Foster Care Advisory Board. They need people with real experience. People who understand the system from both sides. I don't know anything about policy. You know about keeping families together. That's more valuable. Tobias accepted. Started attending meetings. Advocating for sibling placement. Flexible adoption criteria. Seeing potential over procedure. My daughters were separated from their parents by tragedy, he told the board. But they didn't have to be separated from each other. That should be our priority. His voice mattered. Policies started changing. More sibling groups placed together. More flexible criteria for adoptive parents. You're making a difference, Iris told him. I'm just trying to make sure other kids don't go through what mine did. 5 years post-guardianship, the girls turned 12. About to start 7th grade. Growing up fast. Dad, can we talk about something? Elara asked one night. Always. We want to change our last name. Tobias's heart stopped. To what? To Ashford. We want to be Elara, Celeste, and Vivian Ashford. Officially. You're already Ashfords. The guardianship. Legally, yes. But our birth certificates still say Hayes. We want them to say Ashford. You want to erase your parents? No, Celeste said quickly. We'll always be Hayes too. But we're also Ashfords. We want both. We want people to know we're yours, Vivian finished. Tobias couldn't speak. Is that okay? Alara asked. It's more than okay. It's an honor. They filed the paperwork. 3 months later, new birth certificates arrived. Alara Hayes Ashford, Celeste Hayes Ashford, Vivian Hayes Ashford. We're honoring both families, Alara explained. The one we lost, and the one we found. That's perfect, Tobias said. 6 years post-guardianship. Tobias's company relocated. Denver office. He'd have to move. Or quit. That night, he told the girls, we might have to move. Denver. Would that be okay? The girls looked at each other. Will we stay together? Alara asked. Always. Then yes, Celeste said. Wherever we go, we're family, Vivian finished. They moved that summer. New city, new school, new life, but together, always together. 7 years post-guardianship brought unexpected changes. Tobias started dating. Natasha Loron, colleague from work, kind, patient, understanding. I'm not replacing anyone, Natasha said at their first meeting. We know, Alara said. We're glad he's not alone anymore. Celeste added. We like you, Vivian finished. 1 year later, Tobias proposed. He asked the girls first. Would you be okay with Natasha joining our family? Will she make you happy? Alara asked. Very. Then yes, all three said. The wedding was small. Family only. The girls stood beside Tobias. When the officiant asked, who supports this union? 3 voices rang out. We do. 9 years post-guardianship, college applications started. Different dreams, different schools, but always sisters. 10 years after that airport terminal, Tobias sat in the audience. High school graduation. Alara gave valedictorian speech. 10 years ago, my sisters and I were running. Our parents had died. The system wanted to separate us. We were desperate and terrified. She looked at Tobias. Then we met a stranger in an airport terminal. He was grieving, alone, lost, but he helped us anyway. He pretended to be our father for 1 day. Then he became our father forever. She paused, emotional. Dad, you taught us that family isn't about biology. It's about choice, commitment, love. Thank you for choosing us. The audience erupted. Tobias cried. After the ceremony, they took photos. 5 people, 1 family. Remember that day? Alara asked. Every day, Tobias said. We were so scared, Celeste added. So was I, Tobias admitted. But you helped us anyway, Vivian said. Best decision I ever made. They hugged, all together. Life doesn't give you what you expect. It gives you what you need. Years passed like pages turning. Alara graduated law school, fought for siblings in foster care. Celeste's art filled galleries. Stories of fractured families made whole. Vivian became a social worker, helped children navigate the system. All 3 carried forward what Tobias taught them. That's saying yes matters. 20 years after that airport terminal, Tobias received a call from Alara. Dad, turn on the news. Breaking story. Federal bill passes. Siblings in foster care cannot be separated. The reporter continued. This landmark legislation was championed by Alara Hayes Ashford, a family law attorney who herself was nearly separated from her sisters. Tobias cried. His daughter had changed the law. 25 years after that airport terminal, they returned to Gate 47. Airport anniversary celebration. A plaque hung there. Gate 47, where family begins. Alara arrived with her husband and 2 adopted children. Celeste came with her partner and their foster daughter. Vivian brought her wife and 3 adopted siblings. Look at us, Alara said. We all chose to keep families together. We learned from the best, Celeste said. From Dad, Vivian finished. The airport asked Tobias to speak. 25 years ago, I sat at Gate 47, broken, grieving, ready to give up. He looked at his daughters. Then 3 girls appeared and asked for help. I said yes. That yes changed everything. Today, those 3 girls have changed thousands of lives. Alara changed federal law. Celeste's art has inspired millions. Vivian's work has transformed foster care. His voice cracked. All because 3 desperate children were brave enough to ask, and 1 grieving man was brave enough to answer. So my message is simple. Say yes. When someone needs help, say yes, because that yes might save a life, might build a family, might change the world. The crowd erupted. His daughters hugged him. "We love you, Dad." All 3 said, "I love you too. Always will." That night, back home, 6 grandchildren played. "Grandpa, tell us the story again, about the airport." Tobias smiled. 25 years ago, I was sitting alone at an airport gate, waiting, grieving, lost. 6 pairs of eyes watched. Then 3 little girls appeared, your mothers, and they asked me to pretend to be their father. "Just for an hour?" one grandchild asked. "Just for an hour, but that hour became forever." "Because you said yes," another added. "Because I said yes." Lara, Celeste, and Vivian stood in the doorway, watching their father tell their story, watching their children hear about courage and choice. Later, Lara appeared beside him. "Dad, you okay?" "Perfect. Just thinking about Evangeline, wondering if she'd be proud." Lara took his hand. "She would be. You honored her by living, by loving us. You 3 saved me. You saved us first." The next morning, they returned to gate 47 one final time. 4 of them, just like that first day. "Thank you," Lara said, "for seeing us, for choosing us." Celeste added, "For becoming ours," Vivian finished. Tobias pulled them close. "Thank you for asking, for being brave enough to trust a stranger." They stood there, gate 47, where it all began, where 3 desperate girls found hope, where 1 grieving man found purpose, where a family was born, and as travelers rushed past, they knew this wasn't just their story. It was a reminder that kindness matters, that courage counts, that saying yes can change everything. 1 moment, 1 choice, 1 family, forever. If this story touched your heart the way it touched mine, please don't let it end here. Let it remind you kindness still matters, compassion still changes lives, and hope is never wasted. Subscribe and be part of our Heart Echo Stories family, where every voice finds its reflection, and every story reminds us that light always finds its way back. And if this moment moved you, share it, because sometimes sharing hope is the kindest thing we can do.